Good morning, everyone. For Telesur, I'm Cody Weddle in Caracas, Venezuela. And we begin in Brazil, where Brazilians have re-elected the country's first female president. Dilma Rousseff will serve 4 more years in office. Final results published by Brazil's Electoral Tribunal show President Rousseff with 51.6% of the vote. Her market-friendly rival Aécio Neves won 48.4%. The Workers' Party candidate has promised her government will prevent a return to neoliberalism. Rousseff also says that during her next term, she will defend wages and jobs and deepen social justice and equality. And Uruguayans also took to the polls Sunday to choose their next president. Preliminary results there show that the Progressive Broad Front Party garnered the most support with 46% of the vote. His right-wing rival Luis Lacalle trailed with 34%. Since no candidate obtained the 50% required to win outright, the race will enter a second-round runoff on November 30th. The eliminated right-wing candidate Pedro Bradaberry has also thrown his support behind Lacalle in an attempt to overthrow a decade of progressive governments in Uruguay. Sunday marked 1 month since the disappearance of 43 students in Iguala, Mexico. In the southern state of Guerrero, where the students were last seen, protests continued as demonstrators blocked some of the main access roads. The protesters say there is a possible alliance between local police officers and members of a drug cartel. Federal authorities announced that they will issue an arrest warrant for Iguala's mayor. Monday marks the 4th anniversary of the death of former Argentine President Néstor Kirchner. Kirchner oversaw an economic recovery in Argentina following an economic collapse in the previous decade. He also pursued a progressive human rights agenda in a country marked by brutal dictators. Here's our correspondent Leonel Poblete on how Argentinians remembered Kirchner.
2005, Néstor Kirchner and other presidents of Latin America such as Hugo Chávez and Lula da Silva refused the free trade area of the Americas agreement proposed by the US, declaring the discussion over.
It was that moment and the 2008 Argentine farming crisis that called on the youth to act politically and build this process towards a great Latin American nation, which began with the election of Hugo Chávez in 1998 and continued with Néstor Kirchner, Lula da Silva, Evo Morales and Rafael Correa, and which continues to grow and which we work hard for.
Under Néstor Kirchner, Argentina started to take regional integration seriously.
To add Argentina, a country which has always looked up to Europe, to the centers of power, into a new architecture of regional integration, with sovereignty being a key element. That is another one of Néstor Kirchner's important legacies.
A massively symbolic moment of Kirchner's administration was when he ordered that the portraits of Argentina's genocidal dictators be withdrawn from the walls of the military academy in 2004.
That moment made it possible to today have hundreds of thousands of young people that have become political activists and believe that it's worthwhile to transform the reality of their country, that they are leading actors and that they don't have to do it from a standpoint of armed resistance.
United and organized, activists across the nation and from a broad range of popular forces will pay tribute next Monday to a man that marked a before and after in Argentine political history. From Buenos Aires, Leonel Poblete Coduti, Telesur.
And thanks to Leonel. Around the world, we take a look at Ukraine, where on Sunday parliamentary elections were held. Results show the new parliament will be headed by a bloc led by current President Petro Poroshenko. Far-right and extremist parties also made significant gains, garnering a combined 13%. Voting did not take place in many eastern regions, where in recent months a war between the army and rebel forces has led to over 3,000 deaths. Petro Poroshenko plans to begin coalition talks on Monday. He hasn't ruled out working with the extremist parties. And to Tunisia, where parliamentary elections were also held there on Sunday. It was the first time Tunisians have voted for a parliament since the ousting of former dictator Zayn Ben Ali in 2011. His ousting began what became known as the Arab Spring. An initial count Monday indicated the Ennahda party trailed the Nida Tunes party. The Ennahda party had won election since the Arab Spring. It's an alliance that includes some former members of the Ben Ali regime. Finally, we end this morning with a look at one of Latin America's most traditional festivals in Nicaragua. The Los Aguizotes Festival takes place every October. It features death disguised as a variety of characters from traditional myths and legends. Participants dress up in special masks, and the festival starts as the sun goes down. Thousands of goblins, ogres, and spectators march through the streets with bands, fireworks, and plenty of screams. Looks like fun. More on those stories and others at our website, telesurtv.net/English for Telesur English. I'm Cody Weddle. Have a great day.